Good morning. Right, this is the project for this week. This is actually a new install, but it's not been done particularly well. The tiling in here, quite a lot of the areas in here, the lippage on the tiles, some of it's like 3 to 4 mil, which is not within tolerance. Tolerance for tiling is a maximum, of 1 millimeter lippage. I mean, this is the type of stuff we're dealing with. I mean, you can see this tile, it's just really poor. So, and the shower actually leaks, it's actually damaged the ceiling downstairs. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm splitting this in half because I'm gonna focus on the shower area first. Just so I don't leave him without a shower for too long. So we're gonna pull the shower up. We're gonna pull the tiles off the wall, and then we're gonna set a new tray, waterproof it, and hopefully I'll get some tiles back on the wall today. So that's the plan. So I'm gonna start pulling this enclosure out and get to work. Alright, so where we're at. So it's all gone. I've re-primed all these walls. I've fitted the shower tray. I just haven't done the waste yet because I haven't actually got a new one. So I'll pick one up and I can just change it out by just lifting this floorboard and just getting under it that way. I've just cut the tiles for this wall, and we're currently one tile in on this wall cut all the way up, which will determine then where we need to go for our shower tray. Steve's just grabbing some bits from the van, some bucket bits and pieces, so we can get a mix one and just start tiling this up, because I would like to get this closed back up for the weekend. It's Thursday today, so we're going to tile this today, then we can grout it in the morning, fit the shower screen, seal it up by the end of the day, and then by Saturday morning they'll be able to use it again. We're just going to do all this in rapid set, so this will dry really quickly. And then once we've got all this tiled, we're probably just going to move on to just maybe pulling the rest of it out, depending on what time we've got. So yeah, that's where we're at. It's all exciting, isn't it? Good morning. Right, we actually jumped ahead quite a lot last week because I just wanted to get the shower done just so they had something for the weekend. It's currently Monday and we're back in the bathroom. So we got the shower back in on Friday last week just so they had it for the weekend so they could use it. So this is what we got done. So we literally just tiled this area to the point. I mean, there's a couple at the top still missing, but we got them in just so they had a working shower for the weekend. Just because we are in the summer holidays and they do have children, and this is their only, means of washing facilities. So we got that in, and then we left the basin and toilet in just for the weekend, just so they had working facilities for the weekend. So what we're doing this morning is we're going to pull the rest of this out, pull the rest of the tiles off the wall, and then we're going to start getting prepped, ready to start retiling from where we finished off last week. So we're going to continue tiling round, continue this round and just redo all this, reboard the floor, get that all ready to get tiled as well. So yeah. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, Steve.
Right, we're going to pull this out quickly, pull the basin out, pull the toilet out, get the tiles off, and then get to fill it back in. I'll just give you an example of why one of the reasons we're actually replacing this bathroom, and that's because of this. That whole wall is not actually attached to anything. Like the whole thing is just, if I pull this any harder, the whole wall is going to fall on the floor. So I'm just going to wait for Steve a minute. I need some help, Steve.
Oh, right, have an avalanche, shall we?
The whole wall. Alright, put the camera down, Lee. Right, so I just pulled this whole wall off. And we don't need to scrape any tile adhesive off. And this is exactly what I mean when I say you should use primers before you should tile any type of fresh plastered wall, any painted surface wall, because tile adhesive will just separate from the substrate. And this is a perfect example of that. There's just no bond in there. We've literally just taken that entire wall off with nothing but our hands.
In less than a minute.
And this install is less than a year old. So, I mean, it's taken us literally 10 minutes to pull the rest of the bathroom out. Nothing is actually bonded to any of the walls, which is a real shame. Plastering works brilliant underneath. They've done a nice job of plastering it all before they've done it. But if you don't prime it in between coats, it's just not going to last. It just literally falls off the wall. And all it is fresh plaster. The majority of the time it's fresh plaster. When you put your tile adhesive on the wall, the plaster will actually just suck the moisture right out your mix. So it will create that void. So it will just start separating. I just don't understand. It takes less than 10 minutes to prime an entire bathroom. Just prime the bloody walls. Do it properly. So everything now is out now. I've just given everything a good tidy up and a good hoover down. Steve's just getting some primer for from the van so we can get the rest of these walls primed and just get them drying. And then once that's going off, we're going to start overboarding the floor, gridding it out like normal. Probably just going to board it to the door threshold today, because I've still got to, we're moving the towel rail because it was just too close to the toilet. So we're going to move it onto this wall. But I don't know whether I'll get time to do that today or not. So we're just going to board up to there for the time being, because I want to get tiles back on the wall. So we're leaving them without a toilet for as long as possible, for as short amount of time as possible, really. So that's the main objective, is to get them a working toilet back in. I actually done this radiator quickly, so I've just moved these pipes round. So originally they were coming off here and shooting underneath. The old ones are still there at the moment. The ones that are taken up to this wall, so I've just cut them off, cut this section of pipe out and replaced this section to bring our T in here and up. And then this one here, I've just reconnected on down here and brought it around and up. So that's the position now for our towel rail. Just means we can close the rest of the floor up rather than just doing bits and pieces and coming back to it later. We might as well just get it done now and then it's done. So just going to put some felt on underneath where it's crossing over on the joists. Just clip these down, test it quickly, and then we can close the floor back up and carry on overboarding. And I've started already overboarding over here. This is exactly what I mean by gridding. So every intersection of 100mm gets a screw. A lot of people will do 6-inch grids, so 150mm squares. I've always done 100mm squares. It's not necessarily necessary for that sort of size, but I kind of like to overdo things, because the last thing I want to do is have to retile the floor because the tile pops. So that's why I do 100mm. Right, just fill this system back up a minute, test this, make sure we've got no leaks.
Hopefully not.
Then we can close the rest of this floor back up. So I've just felted these up, clipped them down, and then just given everything a good hoover out underneath the floor, just because there was loads of rubbish underneath there. I'm pretty sure that this spot at the end was just the last bit of sweeping spot, to be honest, judging by the amount of rubbish that was down there. So I've just cleared it all out. It's all in the bucket, ready to go in the skip. It takes 5 minutes, guys. Just stop sweeping your crap under the floor. Just tidy up after yourself. So this is our final result for our floor. So this is gridded, what I call gridded. So yeah, so we've done that right the way throughout the entire floor, and then this just gives it a good permanent base for us to then lay our tiles on. So we've got a 9mm overboard apply on this to spread the load over the top of the existing floorboards, because obviously floorboards underneath will move, so it's not a suitable substrate to be able to lay over the top of. So therefore, putting a plyboard down, which does not, there'll be some controversy here. It does move to a certain extent, but nowhere near as much as what a natural wood would do on the floorboards. So, which is why we use a flexible tile adhesive to allow for that tolerance of movement. So yeah, so our next step for the floor then is we'll prime this again. We'll prime the floor. So we'll put a good, I normally use like some sort of acrylic primer, depending on what adhesive we're using and what's recommended for that type of adhesive. So always just refer back to the manufacturer's instructions just to make sure that you're on the same page and you're using the correct product that work together. So yeah, the floor is pretty level. We don't need to latex or anything like that, so we don't need to let self-level anything. And yeah, so the next step for the floor before tiling would be to prime it. We're not going to do that just yet because I want to get the wall tiles up. And once you prime it and you drop a tile adhesive in bits and pieces, it makes it quite hard to get it off. So if you leave it unprimed for the time being while you're doing the walls, if you drop anything on it, it just pops off. So yeah, right, we're going to move on to setting some tiles up for the walls so we can start coming round and getting the rest of the walls closed back in. And yeah, that's basically what we're doing. We're just tiling for the rest of the day now. So let's get to it. Right, so what I've got, so I've just cut tiles to finish this wall. So I've cut this top one. I've currently cut this one and my tiles to go around this side. I've cut these as I come to fit them, and obviously the tops as I come to fit them. And I've also just cut all of these. So Steve's just getting a mix on. We're going to start getting some tiles on the wall, start you know, making our way around, making it look pretty. We've just tiled up this side, and that's where we're leaving it for the day. So tomorrow we're just going to come in here and just do the rest of the tiling tomorrow. I want to get the walls up and the floor down, and then for Wednesday we can come in, grout out everything and just fit everything back in, and we should be wrapped up by Wednesday. So yeah, it's not a bad day, was it, Steve? Bit of a slow day, but not a bad day. Changed all the pipework around for the radiator, got all that sorted, so that's all ready to go. Everything's primed and ready to go. So yeah, right. See you in the morning. Say goodbye, Steve.
Goodbye, Steve.